day, commanders and the YouTubers. Lucky Means 205 over here, and this time we're gonna review one of the U-boats from the Iron Blood, and that is U-557. Now, U-557's history is... oh, just a moment. German submarine U-557 was Type 7C submarine that was built in German Kriegsmarine during World War II. She was laid down in January 1940s and launched on the same year, but she was commissioned on February... oh, hold on, that was my phone, excuse me. February 1941. Well, as much as I want to go deeply to her lore, her origin and her history, blah blah blah, I'm gonna say just in a fraction part of her history is that she sank 6 merchant ships and 1 warship, total of 31,729 gross registered tons, and 5,220 tons over 4 patrols, and she was rammed and sunk by a mistake by an Italian torpedo boat on 16 December 1941 west of Crete, or Crete, C-R-E-T-E. Now, see, as much I want to go deeper, but this what I just read is from Wikipedia, and the just reading this history alone gave me the feeling like, damn, she really is unlucky one. Now, her design is surprisingly simple, in fact. It's not bad. There's also some really interesting details, even just looking at her rigging design. The main part, and then there's this mysterious part, I don't know how to pronounce this, and then the back part of the submarine. And you can see the is this submarine's command tower, or whatever you call it, like in her backpack style. And you can actually see her below her eyes that she has seen many things. And oh yeah, she is U-556 sister ship, if I got it correctly. If you actually see or watch the Church of Iron and Blood history, you can actually the event, excuse me. You can actually see 557 and 556 together at one point. And Bismarck witnesses that 2 sisters are together. Now, I'm gonna do these submarine sections a way differently because they do have HP, but it's like you're actually having a paper ship on a battlefield. So they literally have 0 HP. Well, they have HP, but it's not that impressive. So I'm gonna focus on oxygen, torpedo, and the hunting range. I'm gonna keep this in mind for the future submarines as well. But nevertheless, let's start with it. Let's start. If you fully upgrade and well, however you want to say it, U-557, her total oxygen amount is 188, and her torpedo stats is 533, and her hunting range is somewhat decent. It's not bad. You can upgrade it with just a fully upgraded battery and the move officers upgrade as well. That has the skill to increase the hunting range. She is a fairly old ship. You can actually get her from Metal Shop or from the Guild Shop. And construction and drop history, according to Azur Wiki, says available as a point accumulation reward during the opposite colored rerun event. And she was removed from special pool 12/17/2022. So she's been around quite a while, and she doesn't have skin at all, which is honestly kind of sad, making her even more unlucky. Now, as for her gears, well, she has 125 torpedo efficiency on the first slot, 120% on the second slot, and her secondary gun is 85%. It's not impressive, so it's just decorations. But it can be useful to some degree in some circumstances. Now, as for the she gets 2 torpedo slots, like this is 2 and this is 2, so she basically fires 4 of them. And the torpedoes I gave her has, what is this torpedo? Mark 20 Spider submarine torpedo from the Royal Navy. You can build these on the Gear Lab. Damage is something, well, you fire 3 of them. Reload is quite long, like a battleship long. Now, as for the G7E acoustic homing torpedo, submarine torpedo, you can actually find from Iron Blood Tech Tree, Gear Lab, excuse me. And the, well, was it also from boxes? These are magnetic, so the closer they get to the enemy, they will go directly to them. Although this has faster reload, but it really goes short with the damage output and with only 2 of them getting fired. While the bigger submarine fires 3 of them, somewhere around 21 seconds or 22 seconds, however you want to go around it. Oh, and of course she has Outman module that increases her torpedo stat by 32 points and also reload 12 points. Increase this boat's oxygen by 20 points. And skill upgrade to her Wolfpack skill also. So let's go with her skills. First off is her offensive light cruiser hunter. Increases this ship damage dealt to light cruiser by 15%. Unfortunate part about this is only limited to the light cruisers, so if there is any more like destroyers with a light armor, it's struggling some degree. And now we have also Wolfpack Tactics, but the original says increase this both torpedo accuracy and reload by 6% for each Ironblood submarine in the same fleet. But if we give her 1 cent coins augment module, it says the following. Wolfpack formation U-557 increases this boat torpedo accuracy and reload by 6% for each Ironblood submarine in the same fleet. When this boat leaves the battle, fires Solventan Special Barrage based on the number of hits this boat scored with their torpedoes, and the damage is based on the skill level. It's not bad, it's really good improvement, but it heavily relies on how many hits you have accomplished. Of course, there are ways, before we go to the final thoughts. The oxygen, I finally figured it out. I bet someone else has done the same thing, but this says the oxygen, the boat's oxygen stat, determines how long she can stay underwater before she must resurface. If the number is 188, let me tell you a little bit secret. If we go with this base number, it's basically close enough to the 19 seconds. I figured it out with the thanks to the what's the submarine again? U-110 oxygen time, because that is directly 200 points. So I did a bit of test run, and it actually shows that 200 points is actually close enough 20 seconds. You just add to dot between 0, or in 557 case between 8s. So that's giving her 18 seconds or close enough 19 seconds. Now of course we have improved snorkel that gives her 85 oxygen points. And this mysterious fella, 1 cent coins, increase this boat oxygen by 20 points. So if we go quick math over here, it gives her, that gives her closely somewhere 29 seconds underwater. So 293 points underwater. Of course, this improved snorkel gives her 85, but let's just say if I remove this, it doesn't affect at all, which is rather weird if you ask me. Is this some kind of bug? I don't know. Now, there are many ways to improve U-557. You can either give her, let's just say, newest Ironblood torpedo, that is G7E improved submarine torpedo, ultra rare. It fires faster, its damage output has been slightly increased, but personally, I don't know. But without further ado, I will say my final thoughts about this 557. Hello voice overlooking mies, and Voice over Lucky Mies over here. And can you believe this is my second attempt to actually make this record because I accidentally had the microphone off. Now then, back to the U-557. She is outdated. Yes. She was released somewhere 2022 or before 2022, but I am not sure. And she is an elite. And there are way better options than 557. 557 is perhaps good against light cruisers if you happen to have boss ship that is a light cruiser. Then 557 is, let's just say, good enough against that type of enemy. And we also have supply line disruption weekly missions on the daily rates. And one thing I noticed about the homing torpedoes is that if you aim to take only particular type of target, and that target is right in front of you, the homing torpedo is not gonna help you at all because they go directly away from the target you are originally aiming at. So, as I highly recommend, if you take supply line disruption missions and 557 over there, give her some heavy hitting straightforward torpedoes that doesn't require homing at all. And although we got the G7E improved torpedo to the Iron Blood, I am not big fan of it because you actually have to grind Operation Siren that is heavily outdated. And it requires a lot of time to build that torpedo. And this far I only have one. And I'm close enough to build the second one. But other than that, I'm very confident there are some way better options than going straight to the ultra rare G7E improved Iron Blood submarine torpedo. But that's my personal opinion only. As for the main campaign, U-557, well, thanks to her alchemy module and that snorkel I gave her, Iron Blood technology, it increases her air capacity close enough to the 30 seconds, and which I have to admit, it is really good, it's not bad. Although there are some, if you have played since 2019, let's just say, you probably already have some really good collection of submarines to choose, so I am something confident that you're gonna choose other than 557. And submarines rely on oxygen. If that oxygen is out, they are easy target to any enemy fleet, like map 15, that is really brutal. Any ship that has less than 2000 HP, like a submarine, they are getting destroyed very quickly in a place like that. So you have to be really careful how you want to plan to use your submarines. And also they have very limited ammo capacity, let's not forget about that. There are either 6, but if you have something like Tempesta ships and ammunition can actually reach somewhere to 9. I would rather take Tempesta ships ammunition capacity instead of submarine 6. But perhaps you can actually use one Tempesta ship to actually increase capacity slightly few points more, but I don't know. So you need to be really careful how you want to plan to use your submarines in the main campaign. Now, 557 is one of the options if you want to build some very cheap iron blood fleet or submarine fleet. But because we are talking about Wolfpack here, you definitely want to have all iron blood submarines in a fleet to take full advantage of this Wolfpack tactic. Now, what else I can say? Oh, she can also work somewhere in the Operation Siren as well. But as I mentioned about, well, Operation Siren works slightly differently, but I don't now recall right away its function at this moment, but either way, she can either work, she can also work in Operation Siren if you have right move officers in a submarine fleet to increase their efficiency slightly more. And there are also, in these days, way better choices to the submarine fleet. I have seen, I have heard, but it is your personal opinion only what type of submarine fleet you want to use, or do you want to also rely on Tempesta ships. Tempesta ships also has way more ammunition, and submarines are lacking that, so you need to be tactically more careful. Although it's really good that 557 actually got more oxygen thanks to her augment module and all that. And the snorkel, she can actually survive longer. But it only matters about you, how you are handling very fragile submarine fleet. She's a sister ship of 556. Actually, there's nothing else I can actually think about 557. I think I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you so much for watching this very unlucky 557 submarine video. My name is LuckyMees205, and I wish you having a good day. Take care of yourselves, and see you next time.